Hi, I'm Coast, and my brand is called Archives. It kind of started because I was making clothes. I do drag outside of fashion, and I also walk the balls. So started making clothes for myself, and then stylists kind of wanted to take some of my pieces, so I started Archives as my archive. And eventually, I really liked it, so I started doing collections, really small ones, the capsule collections that are usually thematic. So that's how it kind of started making clothes. But I've been working in fashion for many years. I've been also doing makeup. That's what I studied. Like I used to make clothes with random shit I had around the house when I was young too. Once I started doing makeup more with fashion and editorial painting models and artists. When it comes to drag, I think I'm inspired by lots of things. Sometimes I'll like a song and go from there, or sometimes I'll have an idea and then build the rest with the music and stuff like that around the idea. It depends. When it comes to clothes, usually I'll have either an idea of what I want as a thematic for the collection, or I might have a specific design in mind and then think, how can I incorporate that into a theme? I'm very inspired by like more recent history. I've done collection with a medieval period in mind. I'm very inspired by dark things as well. So I've done with folklore. And I'm really interested in general about like stories and stuff like that. So even like religion, which I don't believe necessarily in, but I find it really interesting as a story. Outside of my brand, I'm inspired by a lot of designers, yes. For sure, like Jean-Paul Gaultier, especially in the 90s, Thierry Mugler, also. McQueen, for fuck's sake. Are you kidding? But also like smaller ones, like I'm really inspired by. Even like current ones, friends of mine, I'm really inspired by. Again, I'm very inspired by humanity as an idea and like as a concept, or things that people have created, and nature. Yeah, I don't do functionality. I actually never mind. I do functionality sometimes. Like what I'm wearing today is, I guess, more functional. You could wear it, but it's not like a warm sweater that you're gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna wear it in the winter and be like, no, it's still like not the most functional as when it comes to like keeping you warm. The design always comes first, and then I'm more in the idea of if you want to wear something really like I don't really care if you're comfortable. My fashion doesn't come from a place of wearability. I always come from a place of art. I love the fact that I can exhibit my clothes as art. Well, I think the market is really confusing because we live in an age that the market, especially with smaller brands, is online, I guess. So it doesn't really matter when it comes to that. Well, specifically in Greece, I guess people don't have the idea of like investing in really good pieces or pieces that they're gonna love, and they're more in the way of like consuming just for the sake of consuming. I see a lot of people trying to make stuff, to do stuff, and it's really exciting that like people are trying to take the power on themselves and like actually make opportunities for themselves and like the creative scene in Athens, especially with Solace. Like I feel like it's something that was lacking heavily, even though we do have a fashion week is very strict and very conservative, I would say. There is no space for new ideas in the mainstream in Greece. I don't think I have a specific goal. I mean, I would like eventually to maybe have ready to wear, and maybe able to to do a show or something like that on a bigger scale, or an exhibition on a bigger scale. But I don't really have long-term goals. I'm always in the mindset of like, I do whatever I do, and whatever comes to from it comes from it. I don't even know if I'm gonna be doing this forever. Like, I might wake up tomorrow and decide I'm doing something completely different.
OMG, so like what are you like wearing? Like what is that? What is that? What's happening here? So like what are you wearing?
So this is the bag from my Gods collection for fall 24. And it is a sphere. This collection was called Gods, so it was inspired by the idea of humans create gods to have something to be inferior to. And this is from my new collection, Winter 25. It's called Monsters, and the specific one is inspired by arachnoids. And I feel like this is one of the most wearable pieces I've ever made, I think. kind of comfortable. Yeah. You can
Oh,
wear,
period.
like, this like short sleeved, like this, or you can even wear like, if you wanna like I guess be more cozy, like this with like the sleeve like kind of falling to the side.
And if you have like a second person to like come in and like put their head through the hole.
Yeah, yes, you could like do this.
And now we're together. Together forever.
Together forever. Yeah.
Me and my toxic situationship. Anything else you want to tell us?
No, I look cunt.
Yeah, it's called being cunty. Look it up.
Yeah.
It's too hard for y'all. It's easy for us.
Period.
Achtung.